Hey guys, what is up? Coach Hannah here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Today we're talking about why losing weight and getting in shape isn't necessarily the same thing for most people. I'm gonna move my chair. I feel very low. All right. So basically, this kind of got prompted by, I get a lot of clients who come in who are already really active. You know, you're already lifting weights or you do a bunch of cardio, you eat relatively healthy, and you're like, all right, my coworker just started going on walks and cut out wine and she's dropping weight like crazy. And it is so frustrating when things like that happen. But there are two categories of people. The people that were losing weight and getting in shape are the exact same process, at least initially. And then there's those who are already in shape and want to lose weight. You are going to have a very different process because you're already in shape. So first, the reasons for some people, the reason they can start getting in shape, start exercising, walking more, maybe do a little, my mom calls them walk jogs, things like that. The reason there are people who can literally just start walking a little bit, be a little bit more active. They just want to get a little bit in better shape and maybe make some slight dietary changes, maybe a salad for lunch instead of their usual takeout, or, you know, cutting out wine during the week. And they start to also see the pounds come off simultaneously. The reason that is happening is because that is a brand new shock to the system. Their status quo is not being active and not really doing much in regard to nutrition or healthful food and beverage choices. So if they start being a little bit active and they start making healthy nutrition and beverage choices, what that is doing is promoting an energy gap, that burning more than you're bringing in, to extremely simplify things. So therefore, they're no longer at their baseline. They're all of a sudden bringing in less and they're burning more. So now they have a nice gap of energy. So their body is going to lose weight. Good for them. It can be frustrating when you are already working so hard and you see someone work kind of hard, just do a little thing, and then they start to change. You're like, what gives? I'm working so hard. The reason is your body is used to what you are doing. So if you are not exercising, not doing cardio, nothing, you are just really not in shape. If you start a cardio regimen, I'm just going to go to the gym and ride the elliptical 3 days a week, whatever you decide to do, studies show you will get that initial boost. You will get that in fat loss from that new activity. It is new to your body, so therefore you are spending more energy than you were before, so it has to find it from somewhere. So maybe it's going to pull it off your ass, for example. So you start doing that. If you just keep doing that and the stimulus never changes and you change nothing else, your weight loss will stop and your body will get really used to that. That becomes your new maintenance. So you're no longer putting yourself into a calorie deficit with your cardio. Your body just expects you to do that amount of cardio. And if you took it away completely, it might actually put on a little bit of weight because it's used to you burning that energy. So your body's always trying to look for trends and match its energy expenditure and kind of to what you're bringing in and what you're doing as far as putting out. So if you start a cardio regimen and then you don't change anything, your body will get used to it. You will stop losing weight eventually. So that's why, at least early on in some people's fitness journeys or health journeys, weight loss journeys, whatever journey you happen to be on, if you are a blank slate, you're not really in shape, don't really eat healthy, taking steps to just getting in shape are going to result in weight loss initially. Once that kind of becomes your new norm, that weight loss stops. So it gets really challenging and can be very frustrating if someone is already working out, let's say 5-6 days a week. You're already eating really, really healthy and you are not losing weight. So then you have to ask, how long have you been doing that exact thing? If you've been going to the same exercise classes 4 days a week and you've been eating the same salad for lunch, you kind of have a light dinner, you skip breakfast. If you kind of have the same general pattern for a very long time, that is no longer pushing you toward the direction of fat loss or getting in shape. That is just your body's status quo. It is just used to you hanging out there. So if you're already in shape and doing those things, whatever you're doing currently is no longer conducive to you actually seeing changes in your body because your body's expecting you to keep doing exactly what you're doing. So let's say you do a half-hour exercise class or whatever, 4 days a week, and you've been, eating salads for lunch or whatever. Okay, so maybe leave lunch alone and change your exercise. Maybe instead of doing your 30-minute class 4 days a week and it's all cardio based, why don't we do 4 days a week of resistance training and then start walking on the weekends? You need to change what you are doing if you want your body to change the response. The key to actually losing weight, if you have it weight to lose, anywhere from 10 to 50 to 60, whatever, how much weight you want to lose in pounds, you actually need to start off eating as much as you possibly can and doing as little exercise as you possibly can while still getting results. So that way, when whatever you're doing becomes your body's new status quo, you still have room to drop your calories down and increase your exercise a little bit to then reignite oh, this is new. And then your body starts responding again. Your body is always trying to normalize things. So if you give it the same stimulus over time, even if it initially reacted, you initially lost weight on this program, eventually you're going to stop losing weight on that exact program because it's no longer a novel thing it is a novel thing to your body. It's no longer exciting. It's not new. Think if you had, if you took your kid or you took a little brother or sister, whatever, to Disneyland for the first time, they're going to lose their shit. They're going to be so excited. They're going to have a response because it's new. If you took them to Disneyland every day for a year, their response will get less impressive as that time goes on because they are used to it. Much like in a fat loss journey, if you do the same thing for a prolonged period of time, your body will stop responding to it because your body just gets used to it. So if you already are exercising and you already are eating relatively healthy, what you need to do is change direction. Exercise in a different way, maybe more frequently, maybe increase your intensity. It completely depends on the individual, what you are doing now, and your goals. Where you get into trouble is if you are already exercising ad nauseum. You are working out 5-6 days a week as hard as you can. You're eating like a bird and you're just getting nowhere. Ugh. We've all been there. A lot of my clients come in like that. So the issue is, I'm like, all right, well, your body is so used to you exercising like a total beast and giving it very little fuel. That's its new maintenance. It expects this from you now, so it has no incentive to change. So we have no room left to increase your exercise because you already kind of live at the gym and you are tired as hell. And we have no room to drop your calories because you're already eating next to nothing. So that's when a reverse or recovery diet comes in and you have to actually start decreasing exercise while you're increasing calories. And then that gets you back to that balance where you are then eating as much as possible and exercising as little as possible and get your body used to that. So then that becomes its standard maintenance. So then when you can start a fat loss journey, you can drop calories a little bit, up exercise a little bit, and it's new and exciting and your body will respond. So that is the huge difference why some people get to get in shape and lose weight at the same time. It's because the entire process is brand new, exciting, and the body's like, what are you doing? I'm gonna pay attention. This is crazy. And then it catches on. So eventually that will stop working. If you are already relatively healthy, if you're already just an active person, you lead a healthy lifestyle, maybe you surf a lot on the weekends, you're a mountain biker, you run, you whatever, you're in your intramural teams before COVID took over the world, things like that. If you're already a really active person and you have weight to lose, it's because your body is just at its status quo. Your active lifestyle is, yes, a super healthy lifestyle, that's great, but just because it's healthy doesn't mean it's the exact way you need to go about actually losing body fat, because your body just expects you to have an active lifestyle because you do. So you need to be a little bit more strategic. So the more active, the more healthy, and the longer you've been trying to lose weight unsuccessfully, the more strategic you need to be with your weight loss plan, because your body's been paying attention and knows that you're an active person. So it's kind of gonna fight against you in the entire process. This is a pretty quick live. This is really all I wanted to cover is, if you are already in shape and you are already eating healthy, that's great. You are a healthy person. Just because you lead a healthy lifestyle does not mean that lifestyle is conducive to actually meeting your weight loss goals. If your body's just used to it, it has no incentive to change, and you have to give it an incentive to change. You're very welcome, Lacey. You have to give it an incentive to change if you want one. Kind of, what do they say? Like if you I know there's like 500 quotes. I'm blanking on all of them right now, but like if you want to like stay train insane or stay the same or whatever, and I'm like, it doesn't come down to just training intensity. Sometimes you come in training too intensely and you have nowhere to go, and your body becomes really efficient if you exercise a lot and don't give it a lot of food. You've turned your body into a Tesla or a Prius. It can go really far on very little fuel. That's not helpful in fat loss because you want it to burn through your fat stores. You want it to use fuel. So if you've turned your body into a Prius or a Tesla, what you need to do is dig yourself out of that hole with a reverse recovery diet, cool your jets on the cardio for God's sakes, and let your body reset to a different place of still a healthy lifestyle, but maybe not like the exercise guru. And then you can implement a fat loss phase once your body would again find that novelty and find it exciting and actually have to respond to something new. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know, drop them in below. Otherwise, I'm gonna sign off here shortly. And then if you have questions, if you come in later, watch this after, if you just leave a comment, I will be sure to answer everything. Some questions are a little bit challenging to answer if they get really specific about you and exactly what you need to do, but drop them in. I will do the best I can. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you learned something, and hopefully you guys are having a great day. See you later.